All right, let's get moving here. It is Wednesday, the 13th of April. This is the Big E, Eric Arnold, coming to you from the primary studio, the Sports Barn, or if you today it'll be a combination of Sports Bar and Politics Barn, because of course MLB is forcing me to talk about politics. So here we are. Did I say it's Wednesday? I think it's Tuesday. The days all run together. I guess, oh well. Yeah, it's Tuesday. So, all right. So what's up then? We've got just four. We just have four games for you here on Tuesday. Recapping our so-so Monday. We nailed our top picks. But these one-star games we're not doing so well on. Put the big eel meter up there. I calculated it. Yeah, we're hammering our top picks so far this MLB season, which I guess is what I want. I'd like to generate a little more volume, but I guess if you're getting the top pick right 2 out of 3 times, what more do you want? But will that last? I don't know. Well, let's put up what we did last night. They're right there. I guess we might as well. Well, I'll save my rant here. We'll get through the games and then we'll have the rant. Postponed there, the Twins game, of course. Padres, they get it done nice. That went pretty much just the way we wanted it to. Padres scored in the second half of the game there and got the run line cover. The Yankees, jeez, I said this guy's name 20 times last night so I could pronounce it when it mattered, and now here it's the video time and I still can't pronounce it. Higashiwa, Higashioka, I think that's it. Higashioka. He's the backup catcher for the Yankees, and he's the sole reason they covered the number because he had 2 home runs. He's the only guy to hit the ball all night, and the Yankees get it done 3-1. I mean, Garrett Cole was good. I would have liked to have seen a 7th inning out of that guy instead of them shutting him down after 6, but he got through 6, gave up 1 run, and then the bullpen held it. Yankees didn't look good. They did not. I was actually thinking the Blue Jays looked a little more impressive despite their inability to handle Cole and ultimately Chapman. But Yankees just Stanton looks useless to me. I mean, that guy just looks totally useless. He does not look scary at all at the plate. It's almost like I can throw this guy anything and get him out. He's just not squaring the ball up at all. At any rate, I don't know if that dude's done. Is it just over for you? At some point, and it's not, everybody thinks that, oh, well, guy's good until he's, around 39, 40. And he'll always, not always. I mean, sometimes guys are just done at an early age, and they just can't do it anymore. And there's a guy down there on my list at the bottom, Baumgartner. That dude's in his early 30s, and he cannot get anybody out. It's just over for him. I think it's just over for that guy. Did he pitch too many innings in his 20s? Who knows? But it happens to guys sometimes where, at a younger age, it's just over. So we lost with all our dogs there late night. The Rays saved our ass coming through 1-0 as a huge freaking favorite. That would have wrecked the night if they had dumped that. But they got that. That made it a break-even night. Like I said, we're tagging the top plays. We're just maybe need to be a little more selective here with these 1-star plays. All right, so fly the political barn flag there. That's our Lieutenant Bobolinsky. For those of you who don't know who Lieutenant Bobulinski is, and why would you? Because no one talks about him. He's the guy that credibly accused the President of the United States of corruption, um, being tied in with the Chinese nationals. Yeah, right. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, why is that important? Yeah, why? Why would anyone care about that? But so our first game there was postponed, I guess, because the Twins, and I don't even know if I blame the Twins. It's like if a riot breaks out and the Twins have a game going, so yeah, I could see the thinking. It's like, well, shit. I mean, we're gonna be responsible in some fashion. Some poor old lady from Oshkosh or whatever what's the Minnesota equivalent of Oshkosh. She's going to sue us because when she was walking to her car, she got hit over the head with a Black Lives Matter placard. So yeah, I guess I could see where the Twins are thinking, oh, just give it up here and not play. But I tell you what, if you got a city where you can't maintain order, so you could just have events like baseball games or, have people just generally go to work in a downtown area without threat of riot, if you can't keep order like that, maybe you shouldn't have a baseball team. So, I know the MLB would never think about moving the Twins because they can't maintain order in Minnesota. I mean, at this point, I think the facts in this case are pretty out there. The cop screwed up. She admitted as much on the freaking, body camera. I mean, that's so obvious that the police department themselves had to just come out and say, yeah, it's pretty much exactly the way you think it is. She thought she was tasering the guy, but she pulled the wrong weapon. She pulled her service pistol instead of the taser. So, I mean, my background's trucking. So this happens to us in the trucking industry pretty, I won't say regularly, but it happens. A truck driver has a giant vehicle in his control, and if he screws up, if he makes a mistake, people get killed. And it happens. We don't try to do it. That driver didn't get behind the wheel and saying, man, I hope I run over some people today. But it happens. He falls asleep. He's fiddling with the radio. He's talking on the phone, which he shouldn't be, but it happens. Or he's just daydreaming and traffic stops short in front of him. Smash! People get killed. So what's the remedy? Well, they put our guy in jail. And society has no problem whatsoever putting truck drivers in jail. None whatsoever. Now, cops, maybe not so much. I mean, but here, again, the general cop defense is out the window. I feared for my life. No, you just screwed up. I mean, you've admitted as much already on the body cam. So you can't really come back then and say, no, I feared for my life. No, you meant to pull the taser and you pulled the service pistol. You thought you were tasering that guy. Instead, you shot him. So, what do we do here? Somebody made a mistake. She's human. Burn her at the cross, I guess. I mean, she'll do some time. I don't know how much time's appropriate there. Probably truck driver type time. When a truck driver screws up and kills somebody, 3 to 5 years. That's your general average, I would say, 3 to 5 years. I think that's what this cop will get. But, do you want more? I mean, I guess you could give her more if that makes you feel any better. I do think that at some point we have to acknowledge the elephant in the room. Don't run from the cops. I mean, Jesus Christ, if this kid had just let him put the handcuffs on him, there's a warrant out for your arrest, just take the L. Just take the L. Go to the police station and call your lawyer. But no, he didn't do that. And no one's mentioning that. It's like, well, why would he do that? Yeah, why would he do that? Indeed. So, he's dead because the cops screwed up, but he's dead because he ran from the cops too. It's 50-50. Don't give me this, oh, he was an innocent bystander. Bullshit. So, I'm just about out of patience. When this all started about a year ago, I was totally, yeah, all right. I'm sick of cops just gunning down motorists, and I'm really tired of this bullshit. Yeah, you've almost put me over in the police corner now with the ridiculous overreactions, rioting, burning shit down for, like the president finally said, hey, there's no justification ever for looting. I don't remember him saying that last year, but he said it now. So, yeah, I mean, hey, let's loot a Target. Let's burn down a Dollar Tree store. Okay, because the police officer made a mistake. So, yeah, I mean, it's a tragedy, but, I don't know. Train the cops better. I guess we could try something like that. I have a feeling that officer was trained, and trained some more, and she just fucked up. That's all there is to it. I would wager that was a highly trained police officer. I could be wrong. She may have been just totally new on the force and had no training whatsoever, but I have a feeling that's the facts are not going to bear that out. At any rate, so going forward here, and then a new topic of complaint. I saw now that I guess they're going to pull the Johnson & Johnson vaccination off the shelves. The CDC is saying, don't use it anymore. It's like, don't use it anymore? What, are you kidding me? It's like, wait a minute. Either the Food and Drug Administration's long drawn out approval process works or it doesn't. So now you're telling me it doesn't? Are you kidding? What? Because there's been how many cases of something happening? I think like less than 10. I could be wrong on that, but that was what I glanced at on the internet, that it's a handful. So, where's the greater good here? I was under the impression this coronavirus was some huge goddamn deal that was killing millions. Am I wrong on that? That's the way you guys are telling it to me. And now all of a sudden, because, a handful of people are having severe adverse reactions, well, then we're just going to let you take your chances with the virus, or, the sooner people get this damn vaccination, get this goddamn thing over with. I mean, I'm not one of these people that says you need to get a vaccination if you don't want it. If you don't want it, by God, then don't get it. But then don't restrict us that have it. Leave us alone. My God. If you want to go take your chances without it, that's on you, and God bless you. I hope you have, I hope it turns out the way you want it to. But man, stop holding the world hostage over this virus when there's a vaccination for it. Jesus Christ. So, that's bad news. It looks like the government's going to try to, again, drag this out as long as possible. Maybe they can pump out more of these Pfizer, Moderna. It seems like every major drug manufacturer now has a vaccination. So maybe the Johnson & Johnson thing being put on pause won't be that big of a deal. I don't know. All right. Let's talk baseball. I'm politicked out for this morning. What do we got here? I saw our guest picker in the comments. I think he went 3-0. I think 2 of my losses, he had the winner. I don't know if we've matched up yet. I think he uses a totally different model than I do. You sure about that? But at any rate, he's putting picks down there in the comments. So video's late this morning, so he'll have to hustle to get his up before game time. All right, early. I think this is one of. I guess every doubleheader is 7 innings, if I got that right. that there's no, it's just if there's any doubleheader at all, it's just going to be 7 innings. So I guess this is the first game of the Phillies Mets tonight, and I guess it's a 7 inning game. At any rate, we'll take a shot with the Mets. Just we're getting paid here to do it. The Phillies are throwing their fifth starter. The Mets are at home. I think it's worth a flyer here with the Mets. Maybe the Phillies are just a little overvalued. I'm still not buying this team. I just, I know they're in first and playing better than people expected, or well, at least I expected. But I'm still not buying this team. So we'll take a shot with the Mets. The Padres, you got to like this spot here for the Padres. I think my only issue is I don't trust Blake Snell. So we'll try to cheapen it up with the run line. If Blake Snell throws 5 innings of 1-run ball and then the bullpen can't hold it, then we get hurt, but not a lot. Plus it's only one star here, so we'll take the run line there with the Padres. Like I said, I think the Pirates are just bad, and the Padres I think are mostly just good. So there you have that. The top plays. The model loves the Cubs tonight. I love it not quite as much. It just, man, the Cubs just right now don't look very good to me. But, maybe, they're going to need to, they need to get some more out of their the guy's not named Baez, Rizzo, and Bryant. If your name is not that, and you're on the Cubs, you need to do better. So they need to get more out of their fringe guys. And if they don't, this is going to be a long season for these guys. So we'll see. It could get late early for the Cubs because the Brewers look pretty good. The Cardinals look pretty good to me. Hell, even the Reds don't look that bad. So the Cubs better pick it up. So we'll see if, I think the pressure's on the Cubs tonight. It's getting late early. And, I'm sure it's not, it's 160, Again, I sound like, like I said, I read old newspapers. I'm reading an old newspaper from 1977 last night. Jimmy Carter, 3 months into his freaking presidency. 3 months into his freaking presidency, this guy's going on TV telling people, we're going to run out of oil and natural gas by the end of the century. We're going to run out of oil and gas by the year 2000. Does that sound familiar to you? Does that sound anything like Al Gore or any of these other people? They're always wrong. They're always wrong. So, of course, we didn't run out of oil and natural gas, but that didn't stop him from taxing the living shit out of the Americans to try to keep them from using oil and gas. At any rate, so we'll take the Cubs. And then the Nationals, we definitely like them. I think they're starting to, now that they're out of Los Angeles. I don't think they played badly in Los Angeles. They were just playing the Dodgers. And the Dodgers are just the best. They're the best team. So now they're showing up a little better against weaker competition. The Cardinals, maybe they're just so. Maybe they're not great. Strasburg, we always like him. He's one of the great winners as far as starting pitchers go. He generally cashes more tickets than he loses. So we got him going. We got a fair price there. Definitely like the Nationals. So they're your picks. Cubs, Nationals, those are our top plays. Fill in with the Mets and the Padres. Good. Appreciate anybody that's here, anybody watches the videos. Hey, let's try to keep, we're on a little bit of a roll here, so let's try to keep it going. I'd like to have a good baseball season. It's been a while since we've had some winners. It was a long, hard college basketball season, but that's over now. So maybe baseball, maybe this model I built is actually going to work. I'm crossing my fingers. hoping. It'll be the first time it's worked, but really this is the first time I've gotten a chance to use it under actual game or season conditions. Last year really just was not a baseball season. All right, good, thanks, appreciate yous. Hit the like button, all that. Eric Arnold signing off.